Life fam, yo. So in this video, I'm going to be exposing the health and fitness industry. Nothing held back in this video. You guys know Kino Body, okay? You guys know Andrew Huberman. You know your Athlete X right here, okay? So these guys create the awareness, so to speak, that you possibly need to change your life, right? Because it all starts with the awareness, right? That you need to lose weight. You need to improve your health, right? Doctor's orders, okay? Doctor's orders, whatever. I don't know that song, right? um, but doctor's orders, right? Telling you you need to lose weight, whatever the case may be, or you realize that obesity is linked to a higher risk of death, is a leading cause of death worldwide, right? And you realize that the higher a person's BMI, the greater risk of death, right? For example, a 2009 study found that each 5 unit increase in BMI was associated with a 30% increase in overall mortality, right? So keep that in mind. In 2016, excess weight was responsible for over 1,300 deaths per day in the US, right? Which is higher than smoking, reproductive complications. So the awareness by understanding that obesity is linked to higher risk of death right here, right? The awareness that you need to lose weight, right? That you need to improve your health. It all starts with the awareness, right? And then what happens after the awareness phase, right? So you start watching YouTube, right? You experience a desire, right? You see Kino Body, Huberman, Athlete X, right? You enter into the guru experimentation phase, and then you just become addicted to consumption, guys. You become addicted to consumption in the guru experimentation phase. You start watching Kino Body, you start watching Andrew Huberman, Athlete X. You just enter into this spiral of consumption, watching YouTube videos all day. Then you sign up. Then what happens? Then what happens? You sign up for a gym membership, right? Planet Fitness, EOS Fitness, right? Equinox, right? And then you have a dopamine hit in your brain. All right. You become extremely ecstatic because once you signed up to the gym, dopamine receptors go off in your brain, right? Understand dopamine, feel like you've already solved the problem, even if you haven't when you join the gym. That's why you become so happy. Like, oh, I have a gym membership. I have a gym membership, right? Then what happens after you join a gym? Okay. So you're pushed into working with an in-person PT. You're pushed to come in for the 6-week free challenge. That's not actually free, right? And then here's two things that are wrong with in-person PTs, right? Number one, you start taking health advice from bodybuilders. But understand this, guys, the average age of death for male bodybuilders is 47 years of age. Okay. So do you understand why this is potentially not the way to go? Right? Working with these in-person PTs that are bodybuilders, and you start taking health advice from bodybuilders, right? But then what happens after that? Okay. So not only are you taking advice from potentially the wrong people, you're also, there's an overemphasis, right? There comes to be an overemphasis on fitness, right? An overemphasis on fitness and an underemphasis on what kind of nutrition infrastructure you have in your life, right? And so when that happens, you realize the Pareto principle, okay? 80% of the results come from 20% of your efforts, okay? And so knowing that, you have to understand, why are you overemphasizing something? Fitness is only about 10 to 20% of your results, okay? Nutrition is 80% of your results, okay? So understand the correlation between the importance of focusing on fitness, nutrition, among other things, right? There's other things to focus on. Get to understand the Pareto principle and what you really need to be focusing on. But why? You have to ask yourself, why is there an overemphasis on fitness when you work with these in-person PTs? Why is it illegal in most gyms to work on your nutrition, right? So you have to understand aligned incentives. So think about it. Why do gyms want you to believe that you need to be in the gym to lose weight to get aesthetic? Think about it, right? So understand aligned incentives right here. You're consistent. You may lose 10 to 20 pounds, but the problem, you immediately gain it back because of a lack of understanding on how the body actually works, right? A lack of focus on what drives real long lasting results, right? The 80-20 rule, as I just explained right here. Okay. And then what happens? Little to no results. Why? Because you didn't understand how the body actually works to get long lasting results. Okay. And then you join the 80% Americans unable to sustain weight loss long term. The key word, long term. Okay. But you have to ask yourself why this didn't work. Okay. Why did the in-person coach not work? Right. Why did this not work? We've already covered a few whys, but you have to understand this structure. Okay. Get to understand the solution funnel. Okay. Which is backed by 36 months of data collected in my company. All right. This is 3 years in the making. It's actually our third birthday this month. Right. So understand the success, the solution funnel. So get to understand the solution funnel. So first things first, and 99% of people are focused on watching YouTube videos, right? This is the awareness phase, right? The awareness phase. Okay. They're focused on YouTube videos. They see Kino Body with the six pack, right? They see Andrew Huberman, oh, how to improve your testosterone, up your testosterone, whatever that case, biohacking, whatever the case may be, right? And then you see Athlete X with the six pack, right? And then they sign up for a gym membership, right? This is the discovery phase. All right. And then gyms leverage speed on you to sign you up to the 6 week challenge or whatever the case may be. That's not actually free, right? And then what happens? The forced ascension phase, all right, where you realize that success depends on a few different things that we'll go into in a second. And then what happens? The breakthrough phase where you realize you need unity. You need to surround yourself with the right people, okay, to make your success a guarantee, okay? Understand that you actually need one-on-one guidance that's customized, all right? That's not general. All right, a lot of people are just watching YouTube videos. Oh, yeah, I saw this on YouTube that this was good. And guys, you need to understand what works for you because all of our bodies do not work the same, okay? And that actually brings me to the pyramid of success, okay? And the pyramid of success is a really important structure to take into account, right? So at the bottom of the pyramid, or so you understand the pyramid of success, the higher you move up the pyramid, the less the people, right? And that's what makes success extremely valuable in this instance because that you realize going up the pyramid is not easy, okay? But it's extremely rewarding, okay? And that's what we call the pyramid ascension process. The higher you move up the pyramid, the less the people, because you have to understand the capacity to push through frustration and failure is extremely rare. And look, guys, if you've gone through all of this, understand, like, I give you your freaking right to be frustrated, okay? All right. When you try these different things that don't work, all right, you get sucked into working with these in-person PTs, all right, that ultimately they don't provide a real solution, right? I give you your right to be frustrated, okay? But you understand, like the capacity to push through the pain that you face is extremely rare, okay? And that's why you join at the bottom of the pyramid, all right? So we have short-term solutions, we have band-aids, right? Because you're watching all these YouTube videos. And when you're watching all these YouTube videos, you're unable to take action on what you consume. And that means you're stuck, you're drifting, okay? And this is important, guys. This is the most important action step that you can take in your weight loss journey is to understand like whatever philosophy it is, because if you keep on this path of watching all these different YouTubers, right, and all of these different philosophies, you're just going to be stuck and overwhelmed with options. So the most important action step that you can take, focus on one philosophy, okay? And I'm in no way am I a fan of any of these diets, but keto, right? You got keto, you got intermittent fasting, you got all these different philosophies, but the most important action step that you guys can take is to focus on one philosophy, okay? Whether it's keto, whether it's intermittent fasting, all right, whether it's work with someone, all right, focus on one philosophy. And I promise you, okay, you're going to get so much farther than people who are just overwhelmed with options, trying this, trying keto, trying intermittent fasting. It just doesn't work, okay? So you need to focus on one philosophy, okay? The most important action step you can take is focus on one philosophy, okay? And then follow that philosophy to its natural end, okay? You will be aesthetic, I promise you, but you need to focus, okay? It's half the game is focusing, all right? It's a mental thing. So next thing is you sign up for a gym membership. You join the 20% of Americans that have gym memberships, right? But you realize that most people are overweight, all right? Most people, 75% of Americans are in this category right here. Okay. 75% of Americans, also some down here as well, some up here as well. But you have to understand that 75% of Americans are overweight or obese. Okay. Because they're doing things that everybody else is doing. And you have to ask yourself why. But 20%, you join the 20% of people that have gym memberships. All right. And then what happens? You go up and you join the 6-week challenge. You work with an in-person PT. You join the 12% of Americans that do this, work with trainers. But guys, understand this. The path from here to here is extremely rare. Okay. There's not a lot of people that are walking the path from here to here. Okay. Because let me tell you the difference between these people and these people. These people on the top understand that they need to surround themselves with the right people. They understand that they need to have the right paradigm shifts to succeed. You have to understand that in order to move up the pyramid, you need the right paradigm shifts, right? You need to realize that you can unlock your potential, right? Like you have to understand that, guys, anything's possible with the right implementation, with the right people over your life, guiding you to your goal, right? And this is what these people understand. They understand that they need to surround themselves with the right people. They understand that they need to dial in, they need to focus on one philosophy, okay? And this is the biggest action step. Watch this, okay? So the people at the top of the pyramid are focused on the 20% of causes that lead to the result. They're focused on the 20%. All right. And you understand the people at the bottom of the pyramid, lost, overwhelmed with options, right? Watching YouTube videos all day. They're focused on the 80% of causes. You have to understand that this is 100% backed by data. Okay. Of all of our clients have gotten great results in the program. Okay. 22 pounds in 12 weeks for Frank. Visible difference right here. 31% body fat to 24% body fat in 50 days with PCOS, 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Suno, who did 4 programs with no results before he went down to 12% body fat with us, right? 6 pounds in 6 days. Caleb, 77 pounds in 12 months. He dropped his alcohol addiction after joining the program, which is freaking incredible. I'm extremely proud of him. Look at a magazine out of California did a article on my system right here. But guys, you got to understand all the client results. It's all backed by data. Okay. The only reason I speak about this is because I've collected so much data that allows me to realize what works and what doesn't work. Okay. So you got to understand trial by error is not the way to go. Okay. Learn from other people's mistakes. Okay. Like learn from Frank, who spent $1,000 on an in-person PT or losing 22 pounds in 12 weeks. Okay. So you got to understand, guys, in order to succeed in your weight loss goals, you have to have the right paradigm shifts. You have to have the right people over your life guiding you to your goals. You have to understand, you have to surround yourself with the right people in order for you to succeed long term, right? Environment is so underrated. Okay. Because even in my own life, I can understand like when I spend time on this part of town versus when I spend time at this part of town, it's just totally different. It's energy, guys. It's energy. Okay. So understand that. But you have to understand that I'm here for you. Okay. So like I'm here to help you make the right decisions to help you get to your goals. Okay. And understand that a lot of the stuff that I speak about, gym memberships, in-person PTs, whatever the case may be, like it's only because I only speak about this stuff because I gathered so much data, right, from all of our clients who've worked with these people, who've worked with in-person coaches before, who've went to gyms. And by the way, you don't even have to go to the gym to lose weight. Okay. Most of our clients don't go to the gym, but it's like, look at all the client results. All right. So you have to understand that I speak about this because I have so much data of what works and what doesn't work. And so you got to understand, guys, I'm here for you. I'm here to help you make the right decisions. Okay. And so whenever you're ready to lose your next 20 to 50 pounds, feel free to book in a call down below and speak with me or one of my team members. Or by any means, if you have any questions, guys, feel free to DM me on Instagram. And I'm here for you. I'm here to help you hit your goals with light speed. But understand, guys, real quick, very important right here. Okay. So a lot of people, the reason why they can't hit their goals is because they're going around this hamster wheel. Okay. They're just going around this hamster wheel. All right. And you got to understand the same results. You can't expect different actions by doing the same results. Okay. So when you do repeatedly the same things, you cannot expect different results. Okay. In order to experience success, like the pyramid of success right here, you have to have the right paradigm shifts. All right. You have to understand that you must do something different to experience the next level. Okay. So a lot of you guys may be struggling with belly fat. You can't lose that last bit of belly fat, right? But understand that the right implementation, it's all about implementation. Because if knowledge, there's a ton of knowledge on the internet, right? A lot of it is very inaccurate, by the way. You have to listen to the right people, but you got to understand there's a lot of info on the internet on how to hit your goals. So what's the difference between the 75% of Americans and the 25% of Americans who are in shape and the 75% of Americans who aren't in shape? It's because you have to have that implementation. You have to have those people speaking over your life, okay, to help you actually get to your goals. All right. You need a data proven system. All right. That helps you get to your goals, that works with your specific situation. Okay. So whenever you're ready for that, feel free to book in a call down below or DM me on Instagram. Yeah, guys. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you soon. All right.